What's going on, everybody? I'm your host Infinite, and we have returned with some more Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle 6v6 singles. We're gonna hop right into this one as our opponent brings a really threatening team with Glamora, Koraidon, Garchomp, Meowscarada, Hydreigon, and Shenpao. And we got our same team as last time. Last battle, we're using the same team. What are your guys' thoughts on the legendaries? Using Ruin Pokemon, using Paradox Pokemon. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. I tried to keep it more of like an OU based team, but obviously no restrictions. I figured everybody was going to be using Paradox Pokemon, legendaries, and Ruin Pokemon. Those are going to be extremely popular, so I kind of wanted to mix it up. I kind of wanted to show some other guys some love, so let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about using some of these really high level Pokemon. As the battle begins here, our opponent decides to lead off with Glamora. I'm not too surprised. Glamora is actually a huge problem to deal with. As we just go for rocks on turn one, let's see what our opponent does. Opponent has the same thing in mind. So Glamora is a rock poison type, has access to stealth rocks, has an ability called Toxic Debris, that if you hit this thing, it's gonna lay some poison spikes. As we go for the Stomping Tantrum, would have taken it out, but this thing has a Focus Sash, which is a really good strategy. There's the Toxic Debris, so now lays a layer of toxic spikes, has Mortal Spin, which clears stealth rocks and poisons me all on that turn. So wow, what a good lead. What a good lead Pokemon. We're going to go for the KO here. Unfortunately, this thing is going to get a second layer of Toxic Spikes up once we do this. There it is. So now our opponent was able to get 2 layers of Toxic Spikes, a layer of Stealth Rocks, and clear rocks from their side of the field, as well as poison my Annihilate, break my Focus Sash. And even though we got the KO, I would argue that this is actually a really good start for my opponent. So, you know, if I start seeing Glamora a lot more, I'm going to have to come up with a way to deal with Glamora. As our opponent goes into Meowscarada here, I'm just going to go straight for the close combat. I'm not going to switch on hazards or anything like that. Hopefully we survive this Flower Trick. We do survive on 7 HP. Annihilate is a monster. Go for the close combat, as that does take out the Meowscarada. Unfortunately, we're going to be going down to poison this turn. As Annihilate, hurt by poison, does go down. Now we have hazards on our side of the field, right? We have hazards. I could come in with Grafaiai, and that'll clear the Toxic Spikes with my poison typing, but that'll still leave Stealth Rocks on my side of the field. I'm thinking about just coming out with Cyclizar here. That way I can try to get a Rapid Spin off. I need to try to clear these hazards, which are going to poison everything on my team except kill a Wattrel. Let's come out with Cyclizar, as our opponent just comes out with Koraidon to apply massive pressure with those hazards. Not sure how we're going to deal with this, as we get poisoned and rocks damage. So I could switch out here, but I don't really see a point to switch out. I mean, something else is going to come in and take big damage. I already have Cyclizar out here. I'm actually going to hope that I'm faster. I have full speed EV investment. I'm going to hope that our opponent doesn't, because Koraidon has a higher base speed than Cyclizar. Let's go for the Rapid Spin. Oh, he does have speedy EV investment. Goes for the Outrage, and that's more than enough to take out Cyclizar. So our opponent has a good strategy here with getting hazards and applying massive pressure with huge threats like Koraidon, Shenpao, Garchomp, Hydreigon. And Now we have to decide what to come in with, right? And Dondozo is actually the only thing that can take an outrage. Everything else gets one hit knocked out by that. Unfortunately, we have to come in on rocks and toxic spikes. So let's do it. Let's come out with Dondozo, see how this goes. Rocks damage. We get poisoned. Let's just go for the order up. Let's go for a super effective attack here. Outrage comes through. Oh, and that does a ton. We are max defense, max HP as well. We do get the confusion on 2 turns instead of 3, so that's good. Go for the order up. And that's not doing nearly enough. As what's this item? Weakness policy. Oh man, we just proc this thing's weakness policy. Now he has a +2 in attack and special attack. How are we about to deal with this? You know what? I think maybe an Ice Fang freeze would really help me out here. Let's go for the Ice Fang. Breaks through confusion, goes for the Swords Dance. He's now at +4 attack. He's going for massive damage into sweep. Go for the Ice Fang. And we missed the Ice Fang. So it just goes from bad to worse. Poison damage is going to take us out. Let's just go for the order up. I don't really want to miss an Ice Fang anymore. As this thing does hit itself in confusion. Wow, that's really lucky. We needed that. Go for the order up. And we are able to take out the Koraidon there. Oh man, what a massive threat out of the way. Does Dondozo survive? Does not survive. The poison tick. Down goes Dondozo. That's super unfortunate. Now we have no way to clear Stealth Rocks, but we do have a way to clear Toxic Spikes, and that's just by coming in with the Grafai, as the poison typing will clear those hazards, but not rocks. As our opponent decides Shen Pao, Sword of Ruin. This is a Ruin Pokemon. And yeah, he just has some huge threats. I'm not sure what Shen Pao wants to go for. I realized that without Dondozo, the rest of my team is pretty weak to ice. I'm just going to hope to be faster. Honestly, I can't really switch out. I'm going to hope to be faster, hit this thing with my biggest attack, which is Gunk Shot. I know it has access to Sucker Punch. I hope he doesn't go for it here. I guess I could Swords Dance. He does go for the Sucker Punch. And Grafai goes down. Shen Pao is just like super strong as well. Really high base attack. As now we're down to Toedscruel and Kilowattrel. Both weak to ice attacks. Let's come in with Kilowattrel because I think Kilowattrel is faster. And honestly, our last hope here is to try to get a Discharge Paralysis. Let's go for that. Get the discharge off. Wow, that does good damage. Do not get the paralysis. In comes the Icicle Crash. Down goes Kilowattrel, unfortunately. As we're down to Toedscruel. Toedscruel is the same typing as Torterra, Grass Ground, which makes him 4 times weak to ice. I doubt we're faster. This thing is just a huge threat as well. Let's go for the Earth Power. We're not faster. Doesn't miss the Icicle Crash. More than enough to take out the Toedscruel, and that's the battle, guys. We end up losing this one. Put up a little bit of a fight, but our opponent brought some huge threats. But yeah, down in the comments below, let me know what you guys think about Paradox Pokemon, Legendaries, and the Ruin Pokemon. I kind of wanted to switch it up. I don't want to really use the best of the best, but you guys let me know if you guys want to see me use those, and I sure will make a team with them. As always, thank you so much for coming out. We'll see you guys next time.